Monday in Soroti. I had a discussion with the president just yesterday. I reminded him of his kindness. He had allowed to stand surety. He had allowed to stand surety for those young people. Most of those young people were given bail, but they were denied bail due to the conditions that were put in place. Just hold on. So the president has once again pledged that he's going to act on that. Let it be on record of Parliament. Those young people will get freedom soon.
There is a day which has a theme. We are the ones who diverted the minister from the theme. So let's go back.
Our budget for these disabled children, rehabilitation centers, that is not the only affected area in our ministry. In the last budget, we requested more funds to feed even the juvenile. We have close to 1,800 young people, juveniles, who are currently in detention or who are currently in remand homes. But they eat very small portion of food. Only the budget of 640 million was passed by this house to feed those children and to maintain those homes. Some of these homes even don't have cars to deliver the children to court to get fair justice. So this is something, as a Minister of Children, we need to work on, and Parliament, we need to have this matter addressed as soon as possible, so that these children home get cars. I'm expecting this work together, Parliament and the Cabinet, to have this budget for the juvenile centers and the rehabilitation centers increased. So that, now I'll give you an example for Potro Remand Home. There is a block which still has asbestos, and these are condemned materials. So why don't we remove those asbestos and we put iron sheets? So we need to work jointly as Parliament and Cabinet to have this addressed. So far, government has started with 18 skilling centers countrywide in every sub-region. But out of those 18, they allocate every district. Like in Central here in Buganda, you have one in Kayunga, but the capacity to hold so many is not there. And the budget, that was a presidential initiative. The budget hasn't been
catered for in this event he's leading. I also have information that there are youth who are orphans, they do not have parents, and they have not been catered for in on the programming for this event. So we want the minister to tell us, so that the children who are orphans and street kids across the country can go, after his statement that indeed this government cares for them. Most importantly, he should assure the children with the visual and the hearing impairments who do not have gadgets, and how they are going to celebrate this day without those necessary tools which are needed. And he needs to tell us what arrangements they have put in place for children of that nature. We are going to mobilize as urged by the Minister for Local Government.
Honourable Minister,
of their
please. Honourable Minister, I think that's for noting. You've heard the concern of the honourable member. Next item.
Item 4, statement by the Leader of the Opposition in response to the President's address on the State of the Nation address pursuant to Rule 53 of the Rules of Procedure. Debate ensues.
Now, honourable colleagues, you remember very well, we agreed on Statement 4 and Statement 5 will be debated jointly. Now, the Leader of Opposition raised very critical issues, some of which really were of great concern. I called the Minister of Finance. I said, I think before we start the debate, would need clarification on these points, because they were really very